Yesterday marked 6 months since Boko Haram abducted over 200 girls from a secondary school in the remote town of Chibok in Borno State, northeast Nigeria. Despite every effort of both the government and the international community to rescue the about 219 of the girls, well, they are still in Boko Haram's captivity. A march on the presidential villa by the Bringbackourgirls campaigners yesterday to force the government to do more to rescue the girls ended. It actually ended a long distance from the villa because the marchers were stopped by security agents and so they couldn't meet with the president. But take a listen now to this altercation between the leader of the group, former Minister of Education Obi Ezekwesili, and the current Minister of State for Education, Sarah Ochekwe.
Yes. You know the reforms that were not about transactions. Do you know the reforms that were about reforming the institutions of education? Shame on you, Sarah. What are we demanding? Bring back our girls now the line. What are we demanding? Bring back our girls now the line. What are we demanding? Bring back our girls now the line. Can I tell you something? Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's go back. The days are coming. When the same person who is misrepresenting the reforms in education that she knew about, just because she happens to be in a situation where discrediting the reforms she knew about, face her. The day is coming when you will recant what you have said today. All right.
Now, we asked one of the Bringbackourgirls campaigners what exactly they want, and here's what she said.
In the aftermath of the outcry in May, they set up the Information Center, National Orientation Agency, SSS, Chief of Defense spokesperson. But I don't know if there's no communication, so you wonder if it's been shut down. So they also stopped communicating. So you then wonder how serious are they? Because really, I mean, we're doing day 100, day 181. It would actually be nice if the government did updates. So this is day 180, this is what we've done, this is where we are. Nobody's asking, and we keep saying this because they always come back and say, oh, we can't share our secrets. Nobody's asking for tactical plans or detailed information. We just want to get a sense that this is a government that still cares about these missing children, is actively doing whatever it is that they can beyond just words and beyond being forced to respond. And more than that, it's also the defensiveness. Almost that, oh, we're trying to make the country look bad. We should focus on the army. We should support our troops. Well, it's kind of hard to support troops who themselves are complaining. So the best way to support our troops is to make sure that the troops get the resources that they need. And that goes back to the government and saying, look, we need you to do your jobs. Not only in providing our troops the resources that they need, and then, by extension, making sure that the troops are in a position to go and rescue the girls. But that whole conversation is just... It's not an engaged conversation. It's almost framed as a combative conversation. It's citizens against government in a sense.
Now, back in April, when the Chibok girls were abducted, we saw almost a daily protest on the streets of Nigeria, all demanding the government act speedily to rescue the girls. But as the months wore on, the protests began to die down. Today, with the exception of the Bringbackourgirls campaigners, protest for the cause of the Chibok girls is becoming a rarity. We asked DME again if this is killing the spirit of the Bringbackourgirls group.
Nigerians are dealing with a lot. Sometimes it is a concern, and sometimes I really honestly do understand. The daily challenges of even living in Nigeria can be a bit overwhelming. And then because it's been so political, I know people who till today, 6 months later, because they don't fully grasp the issue, denial is much easier. So you have those who can't fathom 219 girls being abducted. No, it's not possible. It can't be happening. So denying it makes it easier, and they just move on. There are those who think they must have found these girls by now. This is a political game. When they are ready to sort themselves out, these girls will appear. So they deal with it that way. There are those who actually care, but are so overwhelmed with just their own daily existence. There's very little they think they can do. And there are those who say, look, I really care, I want to help, but what do you want me to do? I can't march and protest every day. I can't, if I write a letter to my president, he doesn't answer. So what do you want me as a citizen to do? So we just encourage people, for those who want to pray, pray. If you know your senator's number, call him. I mean, legislators have a role to play as well. They can summon defense staff and ask questions. They can refuse to approve amounts that are not accounted for. So Senator, House of Rep, call them. Your governor, call. So find ways in which to engage. But it can be extremely frustrating, especially when you don't get a sense that anybody actually wants something to happen. So you wonder, why bother? But we can't let it die. And I think that's one thing that's been extremely critical in the last 6 months, just remembering that this will not go away. It won't be like any other Nigerian issue that after a while, just with these same problems, people move on because they did something else has happened. I mean, after the girls have been kidnapped, so many things have come up after that. Malaysian plane has come, 9.3 million scandal, 5.7 million scandal. I mean, so many issues that people could have easily gone, but we still keep at it. Yes, the numbers have dwindled, but the fact that we're still talking about it is major in Nigeria's history.